Today's story is called Clown's Revenge, a horror story of haunted carnivals. The group of friends had been planning their camping trip for weeks, and they were excited to finally be on the road. They had rented a cabin deep in the woods and planned to spend the weekend exploring the area and enjoying each other's company. As they were driving through the woods, they stumbled upon an old, abandoned carnival. The sign out front was faded and the paint was peeling, but it looked like it had been a grand place at one time. The friends were curious and decided to check it out. As they walked through the carnival, they saw that it had been abandoned for many years. The rides were rusted and the games were falling apart. They walked through the empty halls, trying to imagine what it would have been like when it was open. As they walked deeper into the carnival, they heard strange noises and saw shadows moving in the corners of their eyes. They shrugged it off, thinking it was just their imagination. But as they entered the main tent, they saw a clown sitting on a throne. He was holding a balloon animal and staring at them with empty eyes. The friends laughed, thinking it was just a mannequin, but as they got closer, they saw that it was a real person. The clown slowly stood up and the friends realized that they were in grave danger. The clown began to speak, his voice was deep and menacing. He told them that he had been the clown of the carnival, but he had been wrongfully accused of a crime and had been hung for it. He swore that he would come back and take his revenge on anyone who entered his carnival. The friends were paralyzed with fear, they could not move or speak. The clown began to move closer to them and they could see the hatred in his eyes. The friends realized that they had to run, they had to get out of there before it was too late. They turned and ran, but the clown was faster. They could hear his laughter behind them as they ran, it was a haunting and terrifying sound. The friends tried to escape, but the clown was too fast for them. He seemed to appear out of nowhere, his twisted grin and bloodshot eyes filling their vision. They screamed and ran in different directions, but the clown was everywhere. He seemed to relish in their fear, his laughter growing louder and more maniacal with each passing moment. They stumbled through the dark, abandoned rides and games, their hearts pounding in their ears. They begged for mercy, but the clown only laughed. They searched for a way out, but the exits were all blocked. The clown had trapped them here, in this nightmare carnival. They were at his mercy. As the night wore on, the friends grew weaker and more desperate. They were hungry, thirsty, and exhausted. They knew that they wouldn't survive much longer. And the clown knew it too. He seemed to be toying with them now, appearing and disappearing at will, always just out of reach. They could see the madness in his eyes, the unquenchable thirst for violence and bloodshed. They knew that they had to find a way out, or they would be the next victims of the vengeful clown. But it was too late. One by one, the clown caught and killed them, each death more gruesome and painful than the last. He took his time, savoring their screams and pleas for mercy. When he was finished, he disappeared back into the carnival, leaving their mangled bodies behind. The carnival remained abandoned, but the legend of the vengeful clown lived on, whispered among the brave souls who dared to venture near it. And for those friends, their fate was sealed. They were doomed to spend eternity as ghosts in the carnival, haunting the place of their death and the vengeful clown who killed them. The end.